Glad to have you join us on the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. On today's episode of Art House, we look at the collection in the Yaba Tech Art Museum. Then an exhibition at the Festival of Unity. That and more in a moment, but let's hear from our wordsmith for this week.
Our wordsmith for this week is Victor Topa, titled Brevity of Time. Like an hourglass of time, trickles from a miniature service into the ocean of uncertain perplexities. I stood to cup a handful of what seemed impossible to grasp. Then it hits me. Maybe the way out is in. Echoes of many waters whispered beneath, yet dryness stood atop like a monster. I can't promise tomorrow, a day or two. Let these broken pieces rest in peace.
So use your time wisely and make every minute count. The unveiling of the Yaba Tech Art Museum took place on the sidelines of the exhibition on sexual and gender-based violence. Now let's see what this museum contains and what makes it stand out.
The revealing of the Yaba Art Museum and the Sexual Harassment and Gender-Based Violence exhibition, titled All in the Eye, were held simultaneously.
It has added another feather to our cap in Lagos State, and we have to take it beyond Lagos State. I'm going to partner with the rector of the institution and ensure that we let the world see the beautiful, and we want to encourage all the art collectors in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole to continue to do that beautiful work they've been doing. The better day is still very much ahead when the work of art, the artist will be captured beyond the world of Nigeria. Because all the things I've been able to see here, sighted here today, it's beyond my own imagination.
Yaba Art Museum has come to stay, and we thank God that this is happening at this present time. I'm so elated and happy that this is happening. The exhibition, the area of what works shown here, shows that we produce professionals. We produce professionals in the School of Arts that can stand the test of time globally.
The institution's new baby, which got some help to come to light, has massive portraits featuring some of the leading lights who have done the country proud.
If you know the history of the building, it used to be a library, an annex of the library. And for a very long time, when the new library was built, it was abandoned. And so from my own finding, I found that at the initial stage, this is actually supposed to be a museum because this is an art and printing building. And so when my people got the grant, and that the only problem is space. And of course, the first thing that came to mind was to use this place. And of course, we came, we inspected, and showed it the fourth foundation, and it was okay. And so we did the renovation, and put all these things together within 8 months.
It's the manifestation and the crystallization of dreams we've had in the past, but eventually we are able to see it manifesting today. And today the museum, which happens to be an integral part of, that's supposed to be an integral part of school, long time ago, finally, comes to life today because it's declared open, and coupled with other exhibitions that has to do with sexual harassment were declared open today.
The images is one way of documenting these remarkable men and women with proper research to back it up.
For years, the basement has remained, it was designed to be a museum, but for years it's been used for other purposes, primarily because of the lack of support, financial support, the lack of funding, of sponsorship. And so the big idea was there, but nothing to make it effective, to make it a reality. So it's a wonderful thing that's happening, that finally we've been able to get the human, human touch, the talent, the dream, the vision of people like Dr. Abiodun, Dr. Duarte, and Dr. Odunri Molade. They have come together, and the Ford Foundation so graciously has sponsored this event and transformed what was a rundown basement of the art school to a beautiful museum with interesting pieces donated by all students of Yaba Tech.
But it also houses some other remarkable paintings, sculptures, and installations.
Within arrangement of works we have there, it's the works of past student, past, present student, staff and student of the institution. Right. So it's it cuts across all genres of art, because in the School of Art, Design and Printing, as the name suggests, certainly we're talking about, we have different departments. That's about five departments. Fine art, graphics, textile and fashion, industrial, right? These are, departments in the school, and these departments are well represented in the works on display, right? Some by students and some by past students, by renowned and upcoming artists. It's the dreams of all students of Yaba, this wonderful college, all students who've passed through this college and have given something back to the society through donations of works. It is beautiful. It's something everyone must try to see. And the space is just amazing. It's just goes on and on and on.
As a former student of the institution, being able to come back here and see a particular space that was once upon a time deteriorated and in a bad state, converted into a magnificent space, showcasing works of students going as far back as 1963. It's awe-inspiring, it's fantastic, it even brings tears to my eye. It's a very big moment, and I'm so happy that we're able to live to see this particular thing come into pass.
The idea is for the Art Museum to serve cultural and educational purposes, to teach, train, and be a resource space for researchers and learners.
It's good to see some of Nigeria's icons honored on those walls. Truly an inspiration for the future generations. And talking about the future, here are some of the works they sent in to our social media platform. These are the works of art you sent in this week. Proud Black is an acrylic on canvas work done by Peter Agadu. Then My Hallucination is a watercolor on paper work done by Koke Xavier. He says the true sign of intelligence is not just about knowledge, but imagination. Lenify Arize has Eve, is done with oil on canvas. To this acrylic on canvas work called Under the Umbrella, done by Okwara Mosril. Then Shegun Emmanuel is showing us this bean cake work done with digital art. Agony is a charcoal on paper work done by Ame Matthias. Then Monologue Series 4 is an acrylic on canvas work done by John Ogubanjo. To another acrylic on canvas work called Mother of Peace, done by Aino Tobi. Then Light Bearer is an oil and acrylic on canvas work done by Victoria Bumi. To this newsprint and acrylic on canvas work done by Paul Ogunlesi called Where the Heart Is. He says sometimes home is not always where the heart is. And that concludes the works of art you sent in this week. We appreciate you for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming.
If we create the graph to represent the growth of art and artists in Nigeria, we'll be amazed at the geometrical leap from independence era and beyond.
The Festival of Unity went beyond just the steps and the moves. It's a collaboration that moved from the thespians to the visual artists.
It's a trip down memory lane for the guests who moved to the National Gallery in Lagos to enjoy this pictorial display of the country's leadership, which is a constant for those who are regulars here.
For people who do not even know about the various leaderships that we have had in Nigeria, you need to see portraits documenting and telling you the history of how they have contributed to this nation. And they just speak for themselves, from Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe, you know, Olusegun Obasanjo, and, you know, all of them. Awolowo, you know, Shagari, all the heads of states. Everyone is here. I mean, it's a faceted exhibition here.
The essence of the show is actually to key visual arts component into the Festival of Unity that has been organized by the National Theatre. Because we believe that no festival is complete without visual arts. And we're happy that the National Theatre management agrees with us that, you know, we could have it. And we're also, you know, very grateful to the new DG of the National Gallery of Art, Mr. Ibeten Williams Ibarra. We thank him for his magnanimity in releasing these works for this exhibition.
In 2015, the foundation, which I represent as well, documented the national collection, and we documented over 1,000 works, 1,000 artworks, not talking about photographs, just artworks, sculptures, paintings. And we've been looking for a way to display or show this to the public. Yes, there's a public display of works, but there are so many people who know about, just so many people who know about the national collection. So we thought this would be a historic and a really fun way of giving people a peek into the national collection, which is the name.
These are works that are permanently kept in the national collection, and we hardly allow them to come out because of high risks, particularly in terms of security, damages, and all that. These are old works that have been in the national collection since, some of them since the 70s, some of them since the 80s. And so we need to be very careful to ensure that nothing happened to them. But the DG, you know, deemed it fit to, you know, put them on the show as part of the festival. And that's why we have the privilege and opportunity of showing it to the public here.
But there's more to this collection, and it's revealed by other works of art during the exhibition aspect of the Festival of Unity.
The exhibitions on display here, apart from the works from the National Collection, also involve major stakeholders. We have paintings and sculptures that we got from the Universal Studios, which is not far from here. We also have, you know, another collection from Society of Nigerian Artists. Apart from that, we got some works from National Council for Arts and Culture. So it's a collaboration. It's a kind of synergy of artistic activities, let me put it that way, you know, that we are showing to the public. And we are very happy that the statement has been very profound, yes. And it can only get better. So we're hoping that some of the shortcomings that we recorded this year, we can better them and make sure that we have a better performance next year.
This aspect of the exhibition behind me represents Nigeria Portrait of a Culture, and it's supposed to give a holistic view of what Nigerian art is all about, not just what is in the national collection, but different artists from different walks of life. So behind me here we have several organizations represented. There's the Universal Studio of Arts, situated here in the National Theatre. There's the National Council of Arts and Culture, also on display. There are independent artists that are neither part of any organization that I have mentioned, but there was a call to these independent artists to put forth their work so that people get a general idea of what Nigerian art is about, So you can see works from all different walks of life, from all ethnicities, all tribes represented here. And it's supposed to show Nigeria portrait of a culture.
What I saw here, you know, it's incredible, you know. And I mean, you have works, you know, detailing the history of Nigeria from inception, and all the heads of states and various other, you know, things, artworks, a musical, you know, what do you call it, sculptures and things like that. I mean, so my point here is that this place has been abandoned and a lot of things are happening right here as I speak with you.
It took months of planning to get here, but the art team did not want to disappoint, but show works that emphasize that unity theme.
And that shows unity in the creative sector as well. And there's more to anticipate, but that's when you tune in next time.
On the next episode of Art House, in Suka School Series, an exhibition by Ngozi Omeje Ezama at KO Gallery, Lagos. To a group exhibition of contemporary artworks at Didi Museum. For that and more, stay tuned to Art House.
Your Art House experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
The curtain falls on another episode, but the conversation continues online where you can see this or any other edition of the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami, encouraging you to stay safe and keep being creative.